Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your personalized reading for the week of May 30th to June 5th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take whatever resonates and leave behind whatever does not. To get a deeper view into your week, check out readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. On May 30th, there is a new moon in Gemini. Gemini is the ruling planet of Mercury, which governs communication and the intellect. Because Mercury is in retrograde until June 3rd, this week may provide opportunities to reflect on your prior communications that may not have come across as you had intended. This reading looks into those themes. So here in this first column, we look at what you should reflect on in your past. You have this Lovers card here. You also have a Knight of Cups, Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles. In this middle column, we see how you can change things for the better. You have this Illumination card. You also have Queen of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords. And in this third column, we see the potential outcome. Here you have this 7th house of relationship. You have the Empress, Eight of Wands, and the World. So it looks like there is some issues with relationships, some kind of hurt, and some type of healing that needs to take place. So with the Lovers card here and the Knight of Cups, it's definitely a sense of reflecting on how you communicate the concept of love, romance, imagination, potential when it comes to, relationships with others. With the Ace of Swords, it could indicate that what you're reflecting on about the past, you have a sense of clarity for. And with the Five of Pentacles here, it could be perhaps a limiting sense of worth, self-worth. It could be a sense of even having lost money in a prior relationship. Perhaps you moved for someone and you spent money and that didn't work out, or perhaps you were splitting on rent on a home that was kind of not something you wanted or outside your price range, and that didn't work out. So let's take a look at this Knight of Cups here. You have the Ten of Swords, and that's the concept of trusting someone that it came back to bite you. And it could be that you possibly overthought something, but really never had the opportunity to kind of go through each of these 10 swords and figure out how it affected you. So let's take a look at this Ace of Swords. You have this Judgment card. And that's about honest reflection of your actions, your behaviors, your agreements, your non-agreements, to kind of explain or recognize more than anything the agency that you had and the contribution that you made to you being in the situation that you're in, and really letting go of whatever isn't serving your best and highest good, really, healing that baggage so that when you move forward in life, you're not carrying it. So let's take a look at the Five of Pentacles here. Actually, this card wants to come out. You have the Princess or Page of Swords, which is, it's about, a sense of curiosity, a sense of wanting to learn, possibly being a little naive. And here it could be that some of you are reflecting at how you felt in comparison to another person. Maybe you thought that they were, that they provided you a sense of value, that they had more, value than you did. But it seems here that you're at least reflecting or ready to reflect on some of those things a little bit more. And here, this the change, how you can change things for the better, this illumination, it's almost a sense of, recognizing your worth with this Queen of Pentacles. Here you can see the Queen is holding this pentacle kind of like a gun, kind of like a shield, but also is just wearing this very wispy spaghetti strap type dress. So really is slightly exposed. With the Two of Pentacles, it's a sense of being able to negotiate, to understand different aspects, different values, different priorities. And with the Three of Swords, it's almost as if you are, the change that you can make is being in touch with your sense of self-care, nurturing your environment, your body. This is kind of like the Empress over here, being really in touch with yourself and having the ability to go through this disappointment, this upset that may have occurred over here in this Ten of Swords concept of, the lovers. And it could be also that, some of you may have not invested as much as you could have, or you didn't ask for others to invest as much as they could have in relationships. And it's a sense of, here with this illumination, this change, how you can change things for the better. It's, understanding your self-value, understanding there's no need to diminish yourself when it comes to relationship, diminish your wants or your needs. And so kind of working through these things here. So let's take a look. And also, it's a sense that maybe with this Two of Pentacles, it could be that, you gave up a lot for the relationship. And the Two of Pentacles is about balancing responsibilities and fun. And, maybe you're able now to, recognize how to invest time into a relationship or yourself. So let's look at this Queen of Pentacles here. You have Princess of Wands or Page of Wands. And this is a sense of self-expression, self-exploration, and, following what your passions are, and exploring something new, not being afraid to, um, you know, show the world who you are and learn more about the world. So let's look at the Two of Pentacles. You have this Temperance card, another card of kind of um, negotiation, balance, moderation. And here with this Temperance card, it is, I consider it a way to kind of create your heaven on earth. With the Temperance, the traditional Temperance card, there's an angel that has like two cups or goblets, and there is a liquid being transferred, mixing between both of them. How the goblets are being positioned um, indicates that it's not just gravity that's, you know, pouring one uh, liquid into the cup below. There's something like magic, angels, spirit, source, something else is at work there. And the angel is like looking at what's being mixed with the liquids. So there's a sense of focus and intention and attention um, to what's going on and what will be created. And then there's a path behind the angel that goes towards the mountains. And then there's, in the distance, there is like a sun rising that's kind of shaped like a crown that indicates a sense of enlightenment. So here um, it seems that you can kind of bring a higher sense of self into your reflection and how things went previously. Um, by that, I mean almost taking a look at it objectively, but also being able to feel and sense what took place so that you can actually heal it. So let's see what's going on here with the Three of Swords. You have the Eight of Cups. This is about walking away from something that's not for your best and highest good. It is really a recognition of having invested in something and not being fulfilled enough to stick around. So I know sometimes they can say the Eight of Cups is a temporary walking away so that you can reflect. But you have the Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords. This looks like an actual healing, you know, healing that departure, however things ended over here. It's really kind of going through all the different experiences of the Three Swords. There's not one sword, so it's not just, you know, hurt. There's three different swords. So it could be hurt, anger, disappointment, could be even more than those feelings, but those working through those might come at different times. And here, the potential outcome, seventh house of relationship, is about nurturing your relationships. Um, Basically, knowing with this Empress card that you are still worthy of, you know, feeling, for feeling alive, for being creative, for providing a sense of connection and feeling, and just overall abundance. And really, with this World card as well, is to, you know, recognize um, your ability to kind of be anything that you want. You can create the world, like I said, the world that you want The World card is usually about celebrating accomplishments, journeys, and starting new ones over again. And it can be like a rebirth. And so, if there is a sense of imbalance in your relationships, you might be tempted to give because you have a lot to give. But this card here, what it seems to be saying overall is that you are also worthy of receiving, and you really can make any you could anybody can make pretty much any relationship work depending on what they're willing to take, um, and what they're willing to give. But here it's as if that, even though compromises do need to be made in relationships, you also have to nurture a relationship. You do have to invest in it, and that's on both sides. If this, um, not even just romantic relationships, but platonic relationship, business relationships, make sure you know what the expectations are, especially if it is a business relationship. What's the agreement that's being made? And, you know, really understand that communication is key in a relationship as well. Eight of Wands is about quick um, uh, messages and things happening pretty quickly. But also with the Eight of Wands, you can really see that the target of where these wands are going is not clearly defined. So you can have an intention to, invest in a relationship, communicate, things like that. And really, it does come down to negotiating your wants, your needs, conveying that to the other person, and vice versa, to see exactly how those are going to land. So let's take a look at the Empress here. You have the Eight of Swords. So again, just recognizing that you have amazing ability, you can tap into abundance. You have to keep aware of your senses to feeling, so that you can recognize when you might be feeling that you're lacking authority, when it starts feeling like you want to give more than receive. Um, you really do need to be in touch with yourself in order to kind of recognize when possibly even, self-limiting thoughts start coming in. So let's take a look at the Eight of Wands. You have the Four of Wands, which is a sense of celebrating a milestone. It's about a sense of structure and foundation. And it can indicate, healthy relationships, celebrating relationships, moving in together, um, getting a new job, opening up a business, celebrating a partnership, and a new home together with someone, or even for yourself. So let's see what's going on with this World card. You have the Queen of Swords here. And here, with this Queen of Swords, the Queen has really experienced a lot in life, and has, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Queen of Swords is sitting in like a throne with their head above like the clouds. So it's clear. The perspective and view is clear. Indicates the ability for, clear reason and analysis. The Queen also has a hand like that's outstretched, and there seems to be like a cord that's dangling off the wrist. And that kind of indicates the Queen has like cut the cord to like fear or anxiety, or anything that's not for their best and highest good, because the Queen of Swords is going to do what is fair, what is just, what is reasonable, with a sense of compassion and pursuing their truth. Um, Honestly, and this is a huge card again about communication. So it seems that for you, Aries, there's an opportunity to look at how you're communicating with yourself, how you're communicating or not communicating your wants and needs with others, and how your sense of self-worth, value, um, kind of plays into it, um, and your ability to tap into yourself and to feel things. Because even though there are things that kind of suck to feel, like probably the 10 of Swords and 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups, there are amazing things to feel as well, like Knight of Cups, you know, love, truth, um, understanding, acceptance, and celebration, and just being in touch with abundance and your own truth. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of the week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.